All right, before we get started today, you're going to need a blank piece of paper. With this curriculum, you're going to want to keep your equations handy because we'll use equations for almost every topic that we cover. And as long as you know the equations, you can usually do the math behind it. So you should have a blank piece of paper. And I am going to give you the equation for this lesson. I'm going to create me an equation sheet. I want you to create one where it's all nice and neat because on the day of the test, if you have your equation sheet, I'll let you use it for the test and then turn it in for 5 bonus points on the test. So make sure you keep up with it. Let's start it off. Chapter 1, Equations. The first equation you need to write down for today says straight time pay equals hourly rate times hours worked. On the last slide, we should have referred to a couple of terms: hourly rate, straight time pay, and gross income. We'll see those throughout the problems that we work today. Let's talk about hourly rate. Hourly rate is a fixed amount of money paid for each hour of work. Straight time pay, the total amount of money earned for a pay period at the regular hourly rate. Gross income, the total amount paid during a pay period. Now, what we're going to do is you received a sheet of paper that looks like such. I'm going to work through the example for you, and then you are required to do the try on your own by yourself. Okay? Shauna Nguyen is a mail clerk at an advertising firm. She earns $12 per hour. This week she worked 39 and a half hours. What is her straight time pay for the week? Now I'm going to go back to this equation that we just wrote down. Okay? The equation I just wrote down says to find your straight time pay, you take your hour rate and you multiply the hours of work. Well, she earned $12 an hour, so that's my hourly rate. And we're going to multiply it by the hours worked. She worked 39 and a half hours. Another way to write that would be write it 39.5 is acceptable as well. Okay? Now remember that we are dealing with money, so when we write our answer, we want to make sure it's in the form of money. So I'm going to take my calculator and I'm going to do exactly what it says. $12 times 39.5. So that means that Shauna earns $474 for the week. Now, I don't think it should take you too long, but I want you to try these two problems on your own. Give you about 5 minutes tops, and then come back and answer those two questions. As you can see, the answers have now been provided. Let's move on to our next section.